up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. In the last episode, we did our investigation for Sakura's death. We completed it, and now in this episode, we're going to go ahead and go see if we can complete the trial in one episode. So let's do it. I think I'm doing a lot better than I was before at the beginning of this playthrough. So I think we'll be able to get this done in one episode. At least I hope. So yes, let's do it. Monokuma made his announcement and everyone began to meet up, and one after another. And then... the ultimate martial artist? A locked-room murder mystery.
What?
What the? Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. No. It's just plain creepy.
Well?
How about the reverse?
Phew.
No matter how great something is, if you put it in a sad face, it makes it look super negative.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you have 100 friends.
What?
He's right, that does make it seem sad.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
Now then, please get on the elevator. I'll see you all down there. What the hell was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me!
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean!
I mean, I didn't murder anyone.
What
Yeah,
the
I'm
heck?
completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer?
What the heck?
Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer. The one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know. And yet, someone killed her. And that person is here. That person is one of us. Okay, that's ooh. Okay. Save again real quick. I feel like it was Hiro. Hiro's just been acting way too suspicious. Even though Toko's name was written on it even though Toko's name was written in Dying Message, I don't think it would be that easy. I'm pretty sure it was Hiro that probably is trying to pin it on her or something. I don't know. But I feel like Hiro did it. I don't think Byakuya or Toko did it. I really think it was Hiro. I think it was the Afro. Alright, let's talk to everybody real quick. The culprit is one of us. Make no mistake about that.
Don't look at me!
I said it before and I'll say it again. It wasn't me.
What the heck?
Because I didn't do it. How many times do I have to tell you?
What the heck?
How can you just stand there and say you didn't do it without even breaking a sweat?
Hey,
Standing around here isn't going to do any good. Let's get going. Alright, let's do it. Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way toward the elevator, but with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors closed and felt it begin its sinister descent. Less and less people. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower, and as suddenly as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really?
this is kind
That's so few. You must be so lonely. See, like it's not your fault we're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again, or will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then.
Now then, are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. And so, the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Oof, okay. I'm changing up the title on my live stream also real quick, so I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. Let people know that we're on the 4th class trial. Okay. That should be good. Let's do that. there again. Click done. And now it's been updated. Okay. Yeah, let's save. Open e-handbook. Truth bullets. We have 21. Okay. We're gonna read through all these real quick. One more time. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There's evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. A chair had been jammed against the door within the rec room, blocking access from the outside. It is believed that the killer did this to create a locked room scenario. Sakura was found dead, seated in a chair, slumping forward. Traces of blood were found around her mouth, presumably from when she vomited blood. However, there is no injury or indication as to why she would have vomited blood. A bloodstain was found in front of the shelf of magazines. The blood is presumed to be Sakura's. There is currently no explanation for how the bloodstain would have appeared so far away from where the victim was found. At one point, Aoi had been injured and taken to the nurse's office. After she was taken care of, she gave a piece of candy to Sakura which had this type of wrapper. According to Aoi, she had monopolized this candy as soon as it had become available, so obtaining a piece would have been difficult to impossible. There were pieces of red glass scattered near the table in the rec room. After finding the top and bottom pieces, it was concluded that the shards must have come from a bottle. A Monokuma figure was found laying on the rec room floor. It would fit roughly in the palm of your hand. There are a number of red bottles on the shelf in the rec room. Inside each bottle is a Monokuma figure. Additionally, there seems to be some kind of unknown correlation between the bottles. Okay. An empty protein drink was found near the rec room door. The container had a label reading Chem A2. The shards of glass from the window that was broken to get into the room were found both around and underneath the container. Fresh handprint was found inside the rec room's open locker. Since the locker was opened before they opened the locked room, there's no way someone was hiding in there before they arrived. Sakura had written notes to Toko, Byakuya, and Natsuhiro. Okay, I'm not going to worry about reading these. A small bit of garbage just accidentally fell out of Natsuhiro's pocket. Red polka dots. Yellow powder was found on the inside of Sakura's foot. Sakura suffered 2 blows to the head, not 1. No blood was found on either of her hands. All the Monokuma bottles appear to be roughly the same in weight. However, when the bottle shards were weighed against the intact bottle, the shards were found to be heavier. On the magazine shelf, one magazine had been put back upside down. Oh wait, upside down. Inside the magazine, Toko's name has been written in blood. It is assumed that whoever wrote it used their finger to do so. On the shelf in the Chem Lab, Section A contains supplements, B, reagents, Section C, harmful chemicals. Bottle poison label as Section C had been replaced or placed in Section A of the shelf. Source of the powder. There was a broken bottle in front of the Chem Lab shelf, which was labeled Chem C4. The powder on the floor is assumed to have come from this. According to Byakuya, the powder would have been spilled after the incident took place. Someone left footprints in the powder spilled in the Chem Lab. These footprints appeared only near the leftmost section of the shelf. From this, it can be assumed that the suspect only had business in this area. Okay, just in case, we will read these real quick. Sakura had written notes to Toko, Byakuya, and Yasuhiro, asking them to meet her in the rec room at noon. She had slid these notes underneath each person's room door. Byakuya confirmed that he received Sakura's note, but he also claimed that he never went to see her, and in fact had not seen her at all that day. So he confirmed that she received Sakura's note, but also claimed that she never went to see her. Okay, Hiro's lying. Hiro's the one that's lying, because after reading these three, Aoi said that she slid those notes under their doors. Not Aoi. Hiro said that she handed it to him, so he's the one that's lying. So I'm really suspicious of Hiro. I can't say it was Hiro, but I have a good feeling. I have a mid feeling that it was him, like a middle feeling, a 50% feeling that it was him that did it. But we can't assume anything until we actually go through the trial. So, do we have anything else? Oh, this will be nice. It allows you to reload 2 bullets at once. That's gonna be nice, handiwork. And we have all the ones we can equip for now. Okay, finished preparations. Let's get started. Class trial, all rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Whoa, deja vu.
It wasn't Toko.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those three killed her. Is a killer. But she must have some reason for believing that. Alright, let's do it. They always count.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
Okay. Got really focused. Some concrete reason why Hina suspects those three specifically. Sure, she messed it before.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
No. Ah, stupid. Yeah, I got in the way.
Low. That's about as low as you can get.
Okay, I think I know what it is.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
Oh, there we go.
That's
Dang it, I
low.
missed.
That's about as low
Oh my
as you
gosh.
can get. It was one of you.
Come on.
One of you killed.
And what reason do you...
Because you hated her.
I think it's this one.
Is that it?
And then it's to
That
Hero.
doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's
Dang it.
low. That's about as low
my
as
gosh.
you can get. It was one of you killed.
And what reason do you have?
Because you hated her.
Jeez.
Is that it? That doesn't...
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
There we go. What? What's wrong? Did I say something weird?
Shoot!
Okay, I gotta go
It
back
was
this again.
one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't...
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
There we go.
No, that's
I
wrong.
thought about it again. I was like, yeah, that probably makes the most sense. At first, I thought it was the
Another
first.
reason you
was the
suspect
first
them
one
is because
because,
Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
I thought it was the first one because it mentioned hating, and I thought like that was a contradiction. But I thought he was like, oh, that's the only reason you have. Oh no, that's not the only reason we have. We have more evidence or whatever.
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
Can't disagree with Hina. That's a good there's good reason to suspect all three of them. And does that mean one of them did it? Pocket trash.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
I believe that.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
Nice try,
No,
Hero.
that's wrong.
Hero's lying from his tongue, man.
Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots?
Because that was from Aoi. Because Aoi gave Sakura that candy.
That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's
He does not know how to
Ever
defend
since we
himself.
got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy.
I'm telling you, I think it was Hero. I'm really banking on it being Hero.
So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura. It's the only explanation.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
He is not defending himself really well. But what Hiro said can't be right. Because Sakura could have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is Sakura loved candy too much? No. When Sakura capped that candy, Hiro got the candy from Hina. When Sakura got that candy.
I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was,
Hiro, come on, man. Did you do it or not?
oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Damn, he got
Why the
serious.
sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
She hasn't even done anything, man.
More hostility.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
What would a shining message even be?
At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
No, I highly doubt that would happen again. Every single time it's different. I highly doubt we'd have another dying message that would lead us to finding the culprit. Because also it said her name way too easily. So it couldn't have been Toko.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See?
I think it's
See?
I think Hiro's trying to frame
Toko did
Toko.
it.
What are you saying?
She didn't do it.
Way.
She didn't do it.
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh? Hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was above the magazine shelf. On the magazine
I
shelf.
got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found a dying message during the investigation, in which case, that clearly contradicts what Hiro told us. Hangman's Gambit? No, make your argument. Okay, I thought it changed for some reason. Okay. Magazine dying message.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Incorrect. Get out of here. Oh. My bad.
Shoot!
Yeah, that's a really bad habit of mine. I try to assume like right away. I really gotta like actually listen to everything before I just go for something.
I can tell you
Okay.
exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's
Okay.
body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun.
Yep, that's true.
I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
It does not. He said he saw that dying message when he first found the body. No, he didn't. But at that time, where was the magazine?
I can tell you exactly
No,
when
I
when
think I know
Ogre's
what it is.
body was discovered.
And I can tell
Oops.
you when I found the dying message, it was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Okay, no. I think I found it.
I can tell you exactly when I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
What?
Shoot!
What do you mean?
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when it was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I
I
found
think this
the
one's
dying
it. I
message.
hope.
When Ogre's body was discovered.
Well, no, that's not what I wanted to do.
And I can tell you when I found it was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the dying when Ogre's body was discovered.
There we go.
No, that's
Took a
wrong.
while, but we got it.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message?
Yeah, that's
in
what
the
I'm thinking. I'm
first
thinking
place?
Hiro did it. I think Hiro wrote the message and just trying to blame it. It's trying to blame it or frame it or blame it on Toko.
Yeah? I think we can all agree
No,
Ogre wrote that message.
because her hands were her hands were completely clean. She didn't have any blood on her hands at all.
100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Without a doubt. No, I actually do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. Okay.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap.
Oh shoot.
The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
that was delayed. My bad. I forgot to hit the white button.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Oh, sure, thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm gonna end it today. I'm gonna end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me.
I don't think that's what it was.
She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then...
She wanted to end everything that's going on with the mastermind, not with you.
I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think
Yeah,
there's
I
more
don't-
to Hiro's story.
Yeah, I don't think that's the end of it.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
Or was it Hina herself? Okay, so I'm just gonna stop and just let it
There's
play.
one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it that Heroes did that doesn't make sense? What he would have what he would have had to do after writing the message, it doesn't make sense. Why he picked Toko? Oh no, okay. Anyway, that's not the point I was trying to make.
Shoot!
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to get through one trial without losing. If Hiro wanted to pin the crime on Toko, there's one thing that doesn't make sense.
I got it!
There we go.
That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it?
Huh?
By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh. Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
I feel like you're my cat. That was weird. I thought my cat's like growling at something.
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then, he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
Which was Hina, right?
I don't think there's any question about that.
Oh, just responding to a message. Okay. Because it was just something weird that both me and my roommate heard outside the room. So I'm just like wondering what it was.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Someone who wouldn't like what had been. Someone who wouldn't like what had been written. There's only one choice. Toko's written. Kyoko. No, not Kyoko. You know what? I'm actually gonna go check on my cats real quick, make sure everything's good. Cause it was something. It was weird. All right, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna check on the cats. All right, sorry about that. It was just something weird that both my roommate and myself heard out in the back. So we were really confused on what it was. So we went to go look at it real quick. Sorry about that short little break. But anyways, someone who wouldn't like what had been written. There's only one choice. Kyoko, Toko. Toko wouldn't like her name being on there, right?
I got it! It had to be Toko, right?
What?
Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Yeah, so Hiro did kill Sakura, but all that Toko did was hide it because she didn't want to be framed because her name was on it.
Was he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have... Wait, but more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it.
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Wait, what?
Who asked you?
Oh! The poison, right? The poison.
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
So in that case, was it really... Was it Toko?
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So... what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but... okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer. And I have to prove that. Okay.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once, is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered, and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious?
But it took 2 hits to the head that
Hiro
killed
really
her.
is the killer.
Hiro hit Sakura, that's for sure. This doesn't end there. There's something that proves that the wounds on her head.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once, is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered, and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious?
Hiro really is the killer!
Hiro hit Sakura, that's for sure. Something that proves that the wounds on her head.
I didn't want to, but I did it.
The status
I
of her
grabbed
body?
a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby. And I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
Uh-huh.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered, and
See? Hero really is the killer!
I didn't want to, but I did it.
I don't think Yellow Powders has
I
anything to do with
grabbed a
this one.
Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind
That's
before she
true.
could do anything.
Yeah, that's what he
You
said
hit
before.
her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
What? What's wrong, guys? I know it was once, but like,
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You
I'm
hit
so
her from
confused.
behind. And you
Only hit her
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered, and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious?
I am so confused.
Hero really is the killer!
It's always that's something that Hero said, but
I didn't want to, but
no.
I did it.
I don't think it has to do with status.
I grabbed a
of body.
Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
you hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
Or maybe I have to grab this.
After the first swing, the bottle shattered, and
See? Hero really is the killer!
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from
Can he
behind.
be contradicting?
Before she
Could he,
could do
could he be
anything.
contradicting something? No? I'm so confused.
Shoot!
Oh, that's that. Man, I was really hoping to get through a trial without failing. Man. No. There we go.
No, that's wrong. If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Two?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
I feel so dumb. Oh my gosh. I don't know how I messed that up so many times. Man, I was really hoping to get through this without failing, but what can you do? Hopefully I can get through the climax with no problems.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used.
The fingerprints, right?
Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total.
And yeah, the second one's
meaning
missing,
1
right?
has gone missing.
Yep.
But how
Okay, I
can
didn't
you
think
know
about
for sure
that.
there
I
were
was waiting to
6
look at
bottles?
the glare that I saw in those 4 bottles. I thought that had something to do with something.
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
The correlation between the Monokuma bottles, I feel like it's starting to become clear. Connection must be you see object that the Monokuma figure inside each bottle is holding. Okay. Hangman's Gambit, okay. Oh jeez. Chess piece. Easy. I saw the H and the S, I saw the H and the S, and I was like, yep, that's it. Okay. At least I got this one the first try. Oh, oops. There we go.
Now I understand. That's it. The chess pieces. Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Oh my god.
Yeah! Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Wait, then the bottle that was missing. It was excited. No, it was completely intact. No, that can't be right. Recall the experiment. Oh. Okay. It was broken.
I got it! The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
It wasn't just a single broken bottle, and the evidence that proves that is Kyoko and I figured it out together, or before.
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is...
Because there was 2?
there was actually more than one bottle's worth of
Okay.
shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces. Which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
I'm so confused on who it might be then. I'm so confused.
Because of what it would
it
reveal
Toko?
about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. Must have been used by Sakura's second attacker. Sakura's first attacker, some bullying aficionados. No, Sakura's second
got it.
attacker.
The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko?
So it's Toko.
And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You
Pretty
did?
soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Gosh dang it, Hiro.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
The locker.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Whoa, why are you all ganging up on me?
No, it's not ridiculous at all. I need proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. And I have it. She left it there for anyone to find. New element has been added. There's still more? Oh my gosh. So far, you've probably been pressing the Y button during your final strike without a second thought. But from now on, you're going to have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now you have to choose the proper truth blow to use during your coup de grace. Okay. It's selected the same way as during the non-stop debate. Simply press the LB button. I'll select the debate. If your larger difficulty is set to kind, you'll have fewer bullets to choose from. But for educational purposes, we're gonna pretend you're set to mean regardless, just this once, okay? Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. Go you! Oh, nice! Woo! Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay.
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie!
Oh, come on.
That's enough! It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing. That's enough!
Hating in the rec room. Locker handprint. There we go.
This should prove it.
Okay, that one's kind of easy.
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Yeah!
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura!
No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Oh, I probably killed her.
Straight up again?
But wait, does the yellow powder have nothing to do with this? Does the vomiting blood have nothing to do with this?
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and
I'm
Sakura?
pretty sure the yellow powder has to do something with this.
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on. So I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
Just a
So
little bit.
after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around,
Oh, jeez.
there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted. Right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Her? You mean?
Guess who's back?
Oh,
It
jeez.
was your fault after all!
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories. So I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. 'Cause normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack no problem.
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on! That's... you know... But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre! So that's good!
So that's good. Keep talking like that, and Hina's gonna.
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
Oh my gosh, this can't be it. The yellow powder and the vomiting blood, like that's to play a role somewhere, right?
What's wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd. Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
It wasn't?
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is... Oh, jeez. Make your argument. Okay.
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me.
I think yellow powder
I
has to
remember
play a
waking
role
up
in
right in
this.
front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Wait, shoot, that wasn't it. So if the second shot from Toko is what killed Sakura, then the problem is, where did Sakura die? It was...
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head?
You got it! I smashed
And where did the attack take place?
right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
I don't think that's it. The status of the body.
No, that's wrong. We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence that proves that there was an attack in front of the magazine shelf was the bloodstain.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The bloodstain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
Not at all.
But
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
Huh. So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
Because it was already open. The locker was already open when we saw Sakura's body. The reason there's no way Toko was hiding in the locker is because I saw it for myself.
I got it! Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
Oh my gosh.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
Wasn't it poison?
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? There's another possible explanation. Maybe it's... Is this where the yellow powder is going to finally come into play? Yeah. Okay.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
Ah, dang it. I could have sworn it was that one.
Shoot!
Okay, whatever. Okay.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack,
Oh, that's probably where it's
then
going to be,
what was
maybe.
it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
There's one place I might find a clue. It would have to be written in there.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
What was it that killed Oak? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything
Other than the shot to her head.
So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me,
I only have 3
huh?
minutes. Oh, jeez. Is the yellow powder never going to come into play?
Anything
Other than the shot to
That
her
said shot to...
No, that's wrong.
Okay, I need an explanation because I was so confused on that. At that point, I was just
According
guessing.
to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood.
Oh! I forgot all about the blood, the vomiting blood. I was just thinking about the yellow powder. I didn't even think about the vomiting blood.
I think we can
Okay.
assume there's a chance
feel so
this
stupid.
was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her
Yellow
body.
powder,
Most likely,
yellow powder.
Sakura was
yellow
poisoned.
Powder, yellow powder.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
Hina maybe with the candy?
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
Toko didn't kill her. Hiro didn't kill her.
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And
Reagents,
in C,
that's how you say that.
a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Bottle of poison Byakuya just showed us. I'm sure I know where he got it. It's on the same shelf as all the supplements.
I got it!
Section A.
The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? But you just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
Couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and
Master!
we were so shocked at what we were seeing. All we could do is stand there and watch. But as it were the most unnatural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
I think it has to be Hina. Hiro didn't do it. Toko didn't do it. Byakuya just drank the poison. Or poison. Kyoko never left the room. Hina was the one that told us about Sakura. So she discovered I think this is how it went. I think Hina discovered Sakura's body after being attacked twice with the bottle. So I could be completely out of line here. So she could have decided to, you know what, I don't want to see her suffering like that, or something along those lines. So she decided to just give her a protein shake that was filled with poison. And eventually ended up killing her because I don't know. The only other person I can think of is Hina, but would she really do that? She kept claiming that Sakura was her friend, so
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Or maybe none of us killed her at all. Maybe it was actually Monokuma.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out the bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder, which would mean that conversely, the poison must have been in... Could it be? Oh, jeez. Protein drink. Okay. I wonder if it's any different in on mean mode. If it shows you less letters.
Into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
It was Hina.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene. Protein drink.
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
Evidence that shows you switched them. It has to be what I found in front of the shelf.
I got it!
Footprints in the powder.
The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who.
It was me.
Yep. It was Sakura. Or Sakura. Hina.
The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then, Ogre's killer was...
Hina
Yep.
herself.
I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected.
Man, this trial just took me to a whole bunch of different places. Like, at first I thought it was Hiro, then I thought it was Toko based off evidence, and then Bianca mentioned all that stuff, and then it led me to Hina, and this class trial was all over the place.
The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Sneakers, huh? The only people wearing sneakers here are Makoto and
I
Hina.
got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
These footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? No. Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you?
That is true.
This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
Of course, just as soon as I start to like her.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Hina, is it true? Did you really... kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then
Hold it. I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you?
Where is this game taking me? I don't know. I'm so confused.
You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here.
I don't
What
know.
matters is outwitting the opponent,
I'm
defeating
literally
them.
so confused.
Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Says there's a network error on my stream. But the network's fine. So I don't understand. There we go.
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
well, That doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not. Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
What?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no
Wait.
way you can doubt this.
Wait. Was it Byakuya? He was the only one that was in the chem lab. He was the only one that was in the chem lab before, in the morning.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious, too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
That was... I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail?
Oh my gosh, this trial's going on for so long. Oh my
Tell
gosh.
us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please, I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
You know what? I feel like this episode has ran long enough. I don't want this to be like an hour and a half long. So we're gonna end it here. Because this is gonna be long. I'm pretty sure we're at the end of the trial, but I just wanna, because uploading an hour and 40-minute episode takes a while. So, in the next episode, we're gonna go ahead and finish off the class trial and see what happens from there. Probably start chapter 5 and see what happens. So yeah, thank y'all so very much for watching this episode of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, and I'll see y'all next time.